Thank you, Mr Speaker. My questions to the Prime Minister. In South Australia, we're dealing with the effects of the algal bloom, and it's now reported in the media we had 2 suspected cases of H5N1 bird flu. Such an outbreak, much like the algal bloom, would risk environmental, tourism and agriculture communities. What rapid support will be provided to any impacted primary producers, tourism operators and environmental groups?
Give a call to the Prime Minister.
The member for her question, and as she'd be aware, with the algal bloom, we worked very closely with the Malinauskas government to provide support for industry, but also to provide the sort of research that, frankly, will help not just people in South Australia, but indeed world-leading research to deal with the challenge that came from the algal bloom. I visited Kangaroo Island in the members' electorate to see firsthand the issues, and I met with local fishers and local producers as well in the primary sector. That's what our government does. When a challenge happens, we work across the board with industry, with different levels of government, and I certainly worked with and the member and I had conversations at that time. We'll continue to work on this challenge as well, and I'd ask the Minister to update the House.
Call to the Minister for Agriculture, the Minister for Fisheries and the Ministry for Forestry.
To the Prime Minister for handing that over in terms of the update on bird flu, and I thank the local member for her interest. She, like many members in this place, are obviously concerned about this not unexpected but still concerning development in relation to the H5 bird flu detections. What I can say is, of course, I've been really clear that we can't stop the spread of this globally because we can't stop migratory birds coming to Australia, but what we can do is be prepared, and that's exactly what we've done with our early investments, the over $113 million that we have invested in preparedness. And we've done this really closely with the states and territories. We already have agreements in place with states and territories for biosecurity incursions, and we already have one in place particularly for bird flu incursions. So we have already come to those arrangements and provided monies to states and territories to be prepared, as I said in this place earlier in the week. That has helped them in terms of their laboratory testing, in terms of surveillance equipment and in terms of a whole range of equipment that they need on the ground to respond. So that has already been provided to states and territories as part of that $113 million. I have today been on the phone to both the Western Australian Minister for Agriculture and the South Australian Minister for Primary Industries in relation to the bird flu and the cooperation that we have been having with their governments, and we continue to work very, very closely with both the Cook and the Malinauskas governments in relation to these detections. Can I say that they're undertaking testing in their jurisdictions, as you would expect, given the calls and the publicity. We have had an increased number of reports, and they are triaging those reports, and then they're doing local testing, and then if anything comes up, they then go to the CSIRO lab for confirmatory testing. As I've indicated, we have had 2 confirmatory testing from the Western Australian region in terms of those 2 migratory birds, and I was informed just before question time we have had another positive test from the CSIRO lab, and I'll be receiving an update from the Chief Veterinary Officer straight after question time, and then I'll provide an update to the public, as you would expect us to do. But again, I do want to thank the public for their diligence.